Good evening, everyone. This is Stephanie with Little Acre Studios, and tonight I'm doing a tutorial on how to make sublimation hat patches. So I take my little template jig that I've made in the size that I want. I do mine in 3" by 4", and then I take a pen and I trace out around my template. I then take a very sharp pair of scissors that I use just for fabric and cut out my patch. I'm going to make this a frayed patch, so what I do is take the end, a little sharp tool, you need something kind of pokey, and begin to fray the edges of the patch. And the first couple rows can kind of be a pain to get out sometime depending on your fabric, but once you get it going it goes pretty easy after that. And if you're fraying the patch, you can fray it as much or as little as you like. I like to not go totally overboard with it, but that is kind of up to you on how you like to have the finished result. And so I'm going to take a bit more off. Typically takes a few minutes to get the fray how you want it. It pulls out much easier once you've gotten the first couple rows out. So once you get it how you think you'd like the fray, what I do is I kind of go around and fluff the ends and see if there's any little fuzzies that I need to trim off from pulling it from the fraying process, or any edges I need to neaten up. Okay, so once I've done that, you'll take and make sure when you're doing this that you've got the, you understand which is the front side and the back side of your fabric. This is the back side of my fabric. So I've got that done. I've got my pre-printed sublimation transfer. I used Sawgrass inks, and I really love Condé's die press Pro Spray. This is what I use. I don't use heat tape on most of my projects. I use Pro Spray. So I step over here to my garbage can to spritz a little Pro Spray on, so it's a little tacky, so that way it doesn't get all, over all of my equipment. And I position my patch on the press, line it up how I'd like it. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get the positioning how you want it. And then I rub my hands over it, make sure I've got it good and press down with it. And then I'm going to make sure I've got a good amount of pressure. I think my press might have been a little loose, so I'm going to tighten it up there a little for this. And I'm going to press for about 60 seconds. while I'm waiting for that, we'll double check. I'm going to be attaching this to my hat with my glue gun. I'm going to have it heating up over here. I'm going to make sure I got a glue stick in it ready to go. So it's been my 60 seconds. I'm going to pull it off. Don't forget your blowout paper when you go to press, so you don't wind up with ink, residual ink on your press. And then, careful, it's going to be a little warm. And take it off the press, and here we go. So, push this back. Bring my glue gun over here. Here's my sample hat. I'm going to be putting it on. And I do have a jig for my press, one of my other presses, for hats, but when you do a sublimation hat. But this is just a regular old hat. So I like to put the part of the jig in. It just gives me a firm background to use when I'm trying to put the patch on. So then I'm just going to, do not put your glue too close to the edges. One, because of the fray. Two, when you pat it down, you do not want a bunch of hot glue squirting out everywhere. I try not to go totally overkill on the glue, because you don't want it like squirting out everywhere on you when you're pressing it. Get this back where I need it. I'm going to take my patch and find the positioning you like on your hat, and then, press it down good. And then you can look to see, like right here, I need a little bit more glue right in that area, so I'm going to touch it up a little and see where I need to add a little extra glue here and there. I like to try to keep it firm, pressure, and then need a little bit right over here. Set that to the side and just double check how I've got it and see if there's anywhere else. And I think I'm going to put just a little bit more here by the edge to get it the way I like it to look. And then carefully press it down so you don't squirt yourself with hot glue. And then you can go through and fluff up your fray, and there you go, sublimation hat patch. Thanks for watching.